You're watching Real Talk with Myron Mitchell.
Welcome to Real Talk with Myron Mitchell, and I got a special guest with me today. We're going to speak a little bit about fatherhood and the role of a father and how the expectations are and what we can count on. I got my co-host, my friend Ronnie Cage, and want to welcome you here. Thank you for coming.
Glad to be here.
And tell them a little bit about your background and how we got to where we are right now talking about fatherhood.
Background, been in Jacksonville since 1987, probably.
Okay.
Used to work for Department of Juvenile Justice. Used to be a probation officer. So I used to work in the back with the guys, and I used to always have conversations with them. So we always talk about behaviors and all that. So they would always, tell me about their family. And then we would always talk about fatherhood.
Right.
And then, majority of the guys would always talk about their fathers wasn't active in their lives. So then I became a probation officer. Then I started working with, I've been working with Operation New Hope. I'm the Ready for Release Program Director at Operation New Hope.
Okay.
So that's a
how long you been doing that?
14 years.
14 years, okay.
It's a reentry program. We have 6 locations in the state of Florida: Jacksonville, Orlando, Tampa, St. Pete, Space Coast, and we have a satellite program in St. Augustine. We help men and women getting out of prison get jobs, housing, mental health therapists. They have a substance abuse counselor, get their license back.
So you basically give people new hope.
Oh, yeah, Operation New Hope. I don't. I say God uses me to give it to them.
Okay.
So that's how that goes. But about, I think it was in 2007, I started my own consulting company called Cage Consulting.
Okay.
Working with fathers, helping them become more involved in their children's lives. And then when I got to Operation New Hope in 2014, I started the Inside Out Dad program at prisons at Baker Correction.
Okay.
It was a 12-week class for guys who have children who are incarcerated. I help them get back in their children's lives while they're incarcerated, so they'll know what to do when they get out.
So you kind of like, it's like a step program.
Oh, no. Well, yeah, I mean, it's like it's inside out there. So you working it, you changing the person inside. So when they get outside, they're more ready to step into that role. So it went crazy well. I had over 100-some people on the waiting list. So now we do it in 5 different prisons inside out there. We do it at Lottie Correctional. Ready for Release case manager does it at Lottie Correctional. Do it at Hamilton CI Annex. We do it at Baker Entry, and I do it at Duval County Jail.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I see that.
You didn't know.
I ain't know none of that.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's that. Hey. Hey.
That's a little bit about what I did.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I applaud that. You know what I mean? And you do it humbly. You know what I mean? Because that's one of the things that I didn't know about you, even sitting right here.
Right.
You know what I mean? Bringing you here, I didn't even know all of that. I knew you were involved, and I knew you had some information. I knew you had knowledge, but I didn't know that you were invested to that degree.
Well, see, you know me from way back playing ball.
Yeah, that's
old thing. And see, you know Tennessee.
Right.
See, there's 2 people. There's Tennessee, and then there's
Ronnie Cage.
So this is up under Ronnie Cage.
Oh, that's what's up.
It is 2 different people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, and I appreciate you bringing Ronnie Cage.
Right.
Hey, it's Real Talk with Myron, so we get the real person all the time. We don't get the Tennessee, we get Ronnie Cage.
Right.
So in that aspect, you said something today when we spoke. You said you wanted to show how a father can be a ROLE.
Well, no, I was talking about the father's role.
Right.
And there's a topic in Inside Out Dad, I think it's week 8, where we talk about the father's role.
Right.
And it's spelled ROLE. And I always tease the guys and say,
hold on. I want you to give them, if that's week 8, start them a little bit on the introductory. Like, what's the intro?
The topics, well, we have
introductory. Like what would be a first thing you would tell somebody about?
Well, let me tell you the first thing I say to guys when they're in my first class. It was 12-week class. And after 12 weeks, we do cap and gown ceremonies. They can invite their parents, children, whatever.
So they feel accomplished.
Yeah, it is a compliment. Some guys have never, some guys have never worn a camping gown.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. The mental aspect, even though it's in prison, even though it's a class in which you probably think you wouldn't get a cap and gown, well,
you get a camping gown
aspect.
Right. So the first class is introduction, and we're talking about introduction, getting started. But first thing I say to everybody in every class that I've ever done is I would tell a guy who might have 20 guys, I say the first thing we're gonna learn today, fellas, is we're gonna learn to not use the word baby mama. And they look at me like, what you mean, Miss K, we're gonna use the word baby mama? And I say, well, the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna learn how to respect our children's mother. First thing you gotta do. You and your child mother might not be together anymore. You gotta learn how to respect.
Correct.
I said, because if somebody called me a baby father, that's disrespect. I'm a father. Big difference than what a father does and a baby daddy. That's the insult. The first thing we have to learn, fellas, is from here on out, from November 23rd on, you don't come in here with baby mama. But one boy said, what am I supposed to call her, Miss K? I said, what's her name? He said, and then he looked like the light bulb come on. He just started laughing and say, it's that simple. Ain't no baby mama. Because the first thing you got to do is you got to learn how to respect your child mother. First thing.
That's hard.
I don't use the word hard. It's not easy. See, sometimes words matter. Yeah. Because when a guy sees something hard, first thing he sees a barrier, I ain't gonna do it.
Right.
When we say something's not easy, it's difficult. You gotta learn how to do it. So, guys slip up sometime and say, baby mama, then they catch themselves. But that's how I know in class that they learning. They might say something and then they say, well, my baby mama, they say, my.
Yeah,
I said, getting it, you getting there.
Right.
Yeah, so you teach them to be more responsible.
So, like, how does that feel from you doing that and them learning? The first thing is respect. The second thing, they have to learn not only respect, but how to communicate.
Well, it's funny you say communication because I think week 2, we talk about what it means to be a man. Week 3 is about, I can't think of the name of the topic, but week 4 is about showing and handling feelings.
Emotion.
Yeah, because one thing men have a hard time doing is
in fatherhood, and I'm just kind of like sidebarring.
Yeah, go ahead.
Did anybody tell you about how to handle your emotions when you were young? As a man?
No and yes. So the no part was my daddy and grandfather, I remember having they had major talks with me. I'm 62 now, and I suffer from CRS.
Can't remember that.
They remember shit. So they had major talks with me. So they probably did. It was nothing off the table. But I knew they showed me what not to do. Showed me what was inappropriate.
Right.
And, a lot of guys, like I tell them, anger, frustration, depression, anxiety, disappointment, all those are normal feelings.
Right.
We're going to go through that. But it's how you handle those feelings. Is it inappropriate or appropriate? Like I tell the guys, you're going to get angry when you leave here today because you're in prison. Right. It's not going to happen.
Right.
But you can't get angry and do nothing crazy because you're going to get put in the box or whatever. So it's how you handle your emotions. So it's all right for you to get angry, but you got to handle your anger going forward in a more positive manner.
And I'm going to just be honest with you. I don't feel like I had a lot of males telling me about how to handle my emotions. I had a lot of males in my life that I looked up to who I felt like they did handle their emotions, but I don't know how they handled their emotions. They never told me. They never explained it to me. But in seeing them in the way their disposition, it let me know that they handled their emotions in a correct way. But I don't know how they did.
So they showed you by
example,
but
but
which is the best way. but you wanted.
But I didn't go. Maybe I didn't go through the same things they went through. You understand? Like maybe we went through different things, or maybe I thought I went through something different. You understand? So my emotions were different, but I felt as though I didn't learn emotional intelligence as a father until later on in my life. I have a 32-year-old daughter, and I just learned how to speak to her in which a way that she can understand and we can be cool, not in the way that I think that my dad would have spoke.
Right, I get it, because I got 2 daughters, 33 and 29, and girls will teach men, if the father allowed them, girls would teach you how to be emotional, how to not hide your emotions. You gotta be emotional with girls.
Right.
Girls would teach you patience, like boys will. But I'm just saying that, it's a beautiful thing with daddies and girls. So, but also in the book we have communication skills.
Okay.
Which is huge.
Okay.
I teach guys and fathers the negative word, the B's, the A's, and all that stuff. This ain't how you communicate with your children, mother, man. You can't do it because you got your kids and how we do stuff. So you got to communicate with your children.
So you have what is called a curriculum.
Yes, it's a 12. Everybody gets a book.
Right.
It's a 12-week career. Everybody gets a book.
It's a curriculum.
It's a curriculum.
It's
a blueprint.
Ronnie Cage.
No, it's not Ronnie Cage. So don't say that now.
Okay, my bad. And
it's from the National Fatherhood Initiative called NFI. It's the #1 fatherhood program in the country. NFI, National Fatherhood Initiative. Up under Inside Out Dad, they have 24/7 Dad AM, 24/7 Dad PM. They have something for females called Understanding Dad. So I'm a.
Is that a website or what is?
Yeah, you can go on your website.
Let them know what the website.
Well, I think you just look up National Fatherhood Initiative.
Okay.
NFI.org.
Okay.
But it's the #1 fatherhood program in the country.
Yeah, that's what that's I'm all about fatherhood. I'm all about teaching. I'm all about trying to educate, and whatever knowledge or experience that we have or we have had, pass it on to the people who just ain't had, what I mean? Less fortunate of experience of knowledge or knowledge.
Right.
So that's just what I'm all about. And
one of the best topics we have is discipline.
It's okay.
Because a lot of men and fathers think discipline and punishment is the same thing.
And it's not.
And they're not. Discipline is a Latin word, comes from disciples. It means to teach a guide. Discipline teaches, punishment stimulates fear. So a lot of times a guy might say, I got a 7-year-old, he been acting blah, 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 blah. I'm going to put him in timeout for an hour. I say, an hour? That's crazy.
Yeah.
A 7-year-old need to be in timeout for 1 minute per age. I said, if you want to know how long timeout is, you go stand yourself in the corner for your age. And they said, some stuff is just punishment.
So what's the difference between, and I want you to Rob you with, between discipline and structure?
Well, they're in the same family, but the goal as a parent, Myron, is to teach your children discipline where they can self-discipline themselves to where you don't have to discipline as much. That's the ultimate goal in parenting. And that's structure.
Okay.
So we got something we call if-then.
Okay. And
you need to teach your children this when they're young. If you do this, then this will happen. What you mean, Dad?
Cause and effect.
Cause and effect. If you don't make good grades, you got to be on what good grades are, then you will be taken off the football team.
Right.
Or you will give me your phone.
Right.
So then they learn to self-discipline because they don't want that phone taken.
Right.
So I need to but that causes the parent to.
Right. Okay. Now I want to ask this. Now this is an even deeper question. So, what do you tell the single mother who may have had a divorce, got a 13-year-old, I got a 19-year-old, and I'm the only female, and there's 2 males in the house? How?
She's the only female.
Yeah, I mean, she's the female, and there's 2 males in the house, but She may not know.
Are those males her children?
Yeah, her children.
Okay.
How does she?
Well, the first
how does she
parent? How does she parent?
Yeah. How does she parent?
Right.
With not having a father in the house, but she still needs to have fatherhood.
Right. Well, the first thing we do know is that those children who she has a father. They just probably not in his life, but they have a father.
Not on an everyday. Not on an everyday life. They not there.
Yeah, they just not there. But right. I would be willing to bet those kids have a father.
Right.
So the first thing I want to know is there a reason the father is not involved in his life, in their life? If it's court ordered that he's not involved, I get that. You can't involve in it. But if it's not court ordered or there's just some things they're going through, then we need to help the father. Well, I come in. Mm-hmm. I need to help the father understand how you need to help.
Right. The father is not there every day. He's in another whole whole town.
And you can be a father even not being in the same household with your child.
So basically what you're saying is it's not up to the woman to be the father. It's up to the father to be the father.
Well, yeah, I mean, but no, what I'm saying is we're going to need co-parenting. And I'm sorry, it ain't co-parenting anymore. They call it shared parenting.
Oh, yeah.
Shared. So it's not, you say the term co-parent.
Right.
That's a no-no now. So now it's shared parent. So the father is going to have to understand how the lack of his role is affecting his children's growth. Yeah, I know that was...
I did.
Yeah.
Say that again.
The lack of what he hasn't been doing
is
effect on what his boys ain't doing.
On an everyday basis.
On an everyday basis. And it's going to follow them for the rest of their life. So he has to get involved in his children's lives, even if he lives in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. And children live here. You got FaceTime, you got Zoom, you got everything.
Right.
So there's no excuse for not being involved in your child's life. There's nothing a guy can tell me if he's not involved in the child's life. Now, he might need my help to get involved, and I can help him.
Right.
But he's going to have to get involved in his child's life. And let me say this. The mama don't want to say it. The mama don't want to hear this. Okay. And the mothers are going to have to allow the fathers
to get in the child's life.
To be a part of the child's life.
Everyday life. Not just...
Yeah. I mean, they're going to have to... Right. They're going to have to patch up their differences.
Right.
Come to an agreement for the child. I'm talking about if the father is not, long as everything legally right and he ain't court ordered, and we get that. But if he has no court orders and there's a spat between y'all got to fix this. Mm-hmm. Because you're trying to raise a child.
And he can be the next Obama or the next whatever, but he needs guidance.
Yeah, he needs guidance. And he don't have to be the next Obama. He's just a child.
Yeah, a child that needs guidance.
That needs his father, and so they need shared parenting.
And that is that's deep because a lot of people don't see it as such. I ain't gonna say they don't see it. They take it for granted. They take every day. Okay, well, he ain't see him today. He might see him tomorrow. Or he didn't talk today. He might talk tomorrow. We didn't do this today, we'll do it tomorrow. And they take it for granted. But like you said, every day that's the law. There's a day
you don't get to make up.
Right.
Parenting is hard.
Shoot, you telling me? I know.
I mean, and then people scratch their head about this. I mean, but this is what we sign up for.
Right.
If you don't want to do this, don't have kids.
Right.
But it's called parenting.
Right.
And it is hard. It's the hardest thing an individual will ever do in their life.
I got a producer. My producer is going through that level of parenting right now. And we talk about it all the time. It's every day. It's so different. And you might wake up to something and you're like, what?
But here's the great part about it. If done right, it's the best reward ever.
Ain't it?
I've worked 100 jobs. I have 2 daughters, and ain't no job I've ever had better than raising my 2 girls.
Right.
With my wife. Nothing I've ever done. ain't no money can replace what we've done. So, if it, parenting is tough. It's parenting.
Right.
I don't know what people think this is supposed to be.
They don't.
It's parenting.
A lot of people, they jump into the realm and not knowing what to expect, and they get beat down by what they see, and not knowing how to bounce back from it, not knowing how to say, hey, I'm going to be on the ropes, but I'm going to bounce back, I'm going to jump back, and I'm going to be there for my kids, and I'm going to make sure they are doing the best. They're going to college. I got everything thought out and prepared.
But it's funny that you say that. I'm sitting there listening to that. And like this today Sunday, the Jaguars playing, when a wide receiver practicing the offseason, he got a coach.
Right.
Baseball player, when they're trying to make the major league, minor league, they got a hitting coach.
Right.
I'm a father of development coach.
Parents don't have no coach.
Parents need coaching.
Say it again.
Parents need coaching.
And don't be scared to reach out to somebody who has done it before.
Yeah.
Don't be scared. If you ain't never done it before, or if you doing it and you feel like maybe you lacking, or maybe you not giving,
or you need some assistance.
Don't be scared to ask nobody.
Think about it, Myron. Every field we have in life has coaching.
Yeah.
But we don't want to use parenting needs. So remember now, you have parents, because to me, I believe everything starts at home.
Right.
Everything. And you have parents who have never been parented.
I'm going to tell you a story. My dad, parent for the first time, but he learned from what his dad did.
Well, we all learn from.
And them was old school rules. You understand? And so he told me that. He said, when I got of age, I was doing this for the first time. I didn't know what I was doing.
Right.
I made mistakes.
What?
And when he told me that, I realized he's just a human, just like all the rest of us. I help you. When you see your dad or your mom, you hold them to a different standard, like they can't make mistakes.
Right.
But hearing him at that age, it let me understand that parents also make mistakes. It's okay.
And it's all right for parents, father, mother, it's all right for you to make mistakes. But it's not all right for you to make mistakes and don't apologize to you. Right. Sometimes we hold this parent thing, like I'm the parent, kid, I'm going to do, you supposed to do this, you supposed to do that. I get that. But when you're wrong, you're wrong.
Right.
And your kid need to hear that from their daddy.
From their dad
or their mama, that mama was wrong.
Right.
And mama told me she was wrong, and she straightened that out.
Right.
So parents should never feel like they can't be
unapologetic.
Yeah. But the key is being able to fix that mistake, right, and don't do it again, and become a better parent.
So I got Ronnie Cage here, and y'all here, we could go on because he's very experienced in the fatherhood. He's very experienced in being a parent and teaching. So we have much more to learn and much more to experience from Ronnie Cage and this episode and this series that's going to go on. This is going to be a parenting, fatherhood episode and series. So be prepared. This episode 1. We're going to get into the depth and dive really into how father and sons, fathers and daughters, how we need to communicate and how we can help each other communicate, make ourselves very well diverse.
Yeah, because you know what? Yeah, because we got some deep conversations because we subconsciously sometimes we parent boys and girls differently. We talk about that.
We do.
Subconsciously.
I ain't even lie. I know I will.
Yeah. Prime example, real quick.
Go ahead.
Your daughter fall out the tree. She's 6 years old, fall out the tree, come in the house, bleeding. You like, hey, this one. Oh, wait, come here. You put on your lap, get some stuff, wipe off, hold a kiss. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. She crying. You hear heartbeat. She finally calmed down. You got everything. You put some Band-Aids on it. You tell her go on back outside and play.
Right.
You watching it. Your 6-year-old son fall down. He come in crying. His leg about off. Matter of fact, you think some Band-Aids gonna do it, but his leg about off. And you tell him, man, ain't no wrong with you, man. Go on out there, boy, you tough it up, man. Ain't no wrong with you, man.
Toughen up.
Don't be no soft.
Don't be no soft. Yeah, don't be soft. Yeah.
But then you want to tell me that you call that tough love. I say it's tough.
I love.
Ain't no love.
That's deep. We gonna end it right there, because that's gonna be the next episode. Tough love or not tough love. Next episode on Real Talk with Myron, we got Ronnie Cage. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless.